Welcome to a Mountain Blade Warband Let's Play. This is going to be on the native module. We are going to be playing on pretty decent settings, I suppose. I believe the difficulty is like 112% or 115% with these settings right here. We got normal damage to player, normal damage to friends, good combat AI, good campaign AI, which is kind of difficult because the other lords and vassals are going to rebuild their armies really quickly. We have fastest combat speed, battle size up to 150. However, we do have automatic block direction and control attack direction by mouse movement, and lance control is automatic as well as the block direction. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to do an intelligence build, intelligence charisma build. We're going to get 12 strength and 12 agility so that we can get 4 into Iron Flesh and Power Strike, 4 into Riding and probably Shield, and the rest into Intelligence and Charisma. And try to go for like a nice army build, but still be able to hold around. Still haven't really figured out what kind of army I want to build. The thing is with this game is I restart this game a lot, and I do a lot of early game stuff. I actually uploaded a video on like how to solo raiders at level 1 more or less, and how to get like a pretty good jump start. So that's something we're gonna do. But when it gets into the late game, I typically struggle. After I get enough right to rule, I just don't really know where to go, what kind of army is the best for me. So hopefully we're gonna solve that through this playthrough. If you're watching and playing along, maybe you can give me some pointers. And maybe I can give you some pointers. I'll do some reading and whatnot off screen. So let's load this up and get going. So let's start a new game. And we're going to continue here. We're going to go with a male, noble, page, squire. Out for personal revenge, because that gives us a pretty good strength and agility start. And some good charisma at the beginning. Let's see, let's look through here. I like these. You'll notice some of these are a little bit lower resolution, these banners, and then some of them are a little bit higher resolution. I like the higher resolution ones better. I do like this black one though. It's pretty plain, but it's still pretty cool having an army of black soldiers marching down the field at you. So yeah, we'll go with this one. And we're going to do realistic, so no quitting without saving. So if bad stuff happens to us, it happens to us and we're stuck with it, which kind of sucks, but oh well. Okay, so let's see. Let's get 12 strength. We're not going any higher. We want 4 and 4. So we do want 4 Iron Flesh, 4 Power Strike. We're not going to do throw or draw. We're not going to do any archery. During sieges and such, we'll probably rely on crossbows. Like a siege crossbow, which you will see. We're going to level up crossbows doing our early game grinding. And let's see. We do want our agility to get up to 12 ASAP. After we get up to 12 agility, we're going to leave charisma at 9 for a little while until we get maybe, I don't know, 15, 18, 21 intelligence. We'll see. Probably be around level 20 before we actually start in with our army. We'll see. We're going to do a lot of grinding on Sea Raiders, so we'll see about that. But for our last point, we're going to do, let's see, we're going to go ahead and do shield, because we want shield up to 4. We want riding up to 4, Iron Flesh, Power Strike up to 4. And then the reason why we want riding up to 4 is because you can get the Heavy Charger, which is the most armored horse in the game. And for the first while, we're going to rely on that a lot, because our horse is probably going to get shot up a bunch by Sea Raiders and other enemies with missile projectiles and arrows and all that good stuff. So we want as much armor as possible on our horse, even though we're going to try to avoid getting shot. It's inevitable that we do eventually, and sometimes, and that's helpful. Having a level 4 shield rating is good because, as you notice, it reduces damage to shields and improves shield speed and coverage, so the coverage ends up getting a little bit better. It helps us avoid getting hit by those pinpoint precision arrows and javelins and throwing axes and rocks that are going to hit us in the face and knock us off our horse and kill us immediately, and then we become a prisoner and lose some progress. So we're going to try to avoid that, even though it's inevitable that it might happen. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Inevitable it might. So we want our one-handed weapons as high as possible because we're going to go sword and board. And then we're going to try to get our crossbows up as well. Now our crossbows are going to go up really quickly and naturally, so I'm not going to put any points in here unless I have to. For sieges later on, I will probably want to do two-handed weapons, maybe if I'm feeling fresh. So we'll put any excess points into here that we can't put into here. Oh, also for Weapon Master, we're going to try to get Weapon Master up to 4 as well, because we're going to end up having just like a crap ton of points because of our intelligence. So we're going to try to get our Weapon Master up as well. Also, you might be wondering what kind of companions we're going to be getting. We're not going for a huge companion build. The more companions, I have personally found that micromanaging companions can be, I don't know, I'm just lazy, I think is what it is. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to rely on finding just a handful of companions. We want Artimener for his engineering and his tactics, and probably some in pathfinding. We want Ymira because she gets along with Artimener, and we're going to need her for her wound treatment, surgery, and first aid, and probably some pathfinding. Then we want Katrin, however you want to say it, because she has good trade, and we're going to do trade with her, get her charisma up really high, and probably some pathfinding with her as well. You notice pathfinding, we want to be kind of fast, so we'll see. And then finally we want Borcha for his pathfinding, go figure, his spotting, and his tracking. And then we might have Alain, or Alain, however you want to say it. I call him Alain. He's that noble guy. He's a pretty good warrior. I want to try to turn him into like a Terminator on the mount. So we'll see how that goes. My name will be, how about we go with Klaximus Meridius. Klaximus Meridius. Cool. Very original. Alright, done. Alright, we're just going to go pretty vanilla here. I want to give him a beard to keep his face warm up in the north while we're farming Sea Raiders. He's a young fella. Let's give him some hair that's going to cover his ears and his neck. You know, gotta, oh yeah. And we'll stick with that face. Looks good, man. Alright, and we're going to be up north in Sargoth and Wercheg and Rivacheg a lot. We're going to do a lot of trading up there and farming of Sea Raiders, so let's get into it. So this fella, let's see if we can do our snipe here at the beginning. Come on, run right at me, quit. And pop. That sucks. Alright, merchant. Cool. So for those of you that have never played this, this merchant gives you kind of like a tutorial mission on recruiting and using your recruits to go save his brother and then all this stuff. It doesn't really go anywhere other than kind of like giving you the lowdown of what you're doing in the game. So we're just going to go ahead and say, yeah, we'll take the quest because he does give us $100 to start off, 100 dinars, or dinars, however you want to say it. So let's check our inventory. We have the smoked fish, the hunting crossbow, which we're going to put down here, actually, yeah. So the first two items up here in your first two inventory slots is what's going to be default in your hand when you first start the game, or start a battle. So we want to make sure that our sword and our shield is in our hand because, of course, as soon as we jump into a battle, especially if it's in like a tavern or if you get ambushed, you want to have that ready to go. Then many a times when I try to pull up my weapon, I pull up a crossbow and I get shot a bunch and people charge me. I'm like, ah, shit. So I don't know what to do. So I have these two things ready to go. And then we have just like some standard armor, standard boots, and then this regular horse. Now this swayback saddle horse, it'll do for now, but we're going to look to upgrade this thing ASAP. It only has 8 armor and 100 hit points, and when you're going up against Sea Raiders as a solo character at the beginning for a while, your horse is going to get lit up eventually, and if it gets shot down, you're in trouble because you can't outrun Sea Raiders at the beginning. Oh, so my relation with Jarl Raik has gone up a little bit already. Great. Good to know. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of roam around here, make our way up to... Oh, what was that? Those are looters. Don't don't even want to bother with looters. I want to get into the good stuff. Oh, and as soon as I say that, I go into looters. Alright, great. So you'll notice I do a lot of first person to third person switching, especially when I'm shooting with my crossbow. I find it's easier to aim with a crossbow. Third person for this, and then I hit shift a lot. Shift actually gives you a little bit of a zoom in, kind of like, you know, medieval binoculars. You just squint really hard, but it gives you a zoom in. And then if you hit backspace, it actually gives you a little information about our army, allies' army, and enemy's army. We notice that there's just one of us, there's 6 of them, and we can kind of see them on our map. It's very nice. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to demonstrate how we're going to solo these big groups. A group of 6 looters, hey now, a group of 6 looters isn't that big of a deal. Of course, unless I run into a tree and they hit me with a hail of stones. But basically what you want to do for these groups is most sea raiders are going to have javelins, throwing axes, or some of them will have a bow and arrow. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have your shield up to protect your body, use that shield skill, and make a big counterclockwise loop. You can also do clockwise, but you're going to have to aim your shield this way. I've always found to have more success going counterclockwise with my shield up this way, because the shield's in my left hand. I'm going to run around them a bunch until they use up all of their ammunition, or all their throwing projectiles. So we're waiting for them to throw all their rocks. The reason why we do this is because getting hit by even rocks when you have the damage at normal sucks. Like if I get, you know, I'm riding around on my horse and then I have a rock that's coming at me, the speed of the stone plus the speed of the horse combined can lead to actually a pretty hefty amount of damage. And right now we have no medical skill, so we want to take as less damage as possible. Our horse can take a little bit of damage because the horse's health regenerates after every battle. But we want to protect ourselves as much as possible. So this is what we do. We ride around until we get them all out of projectiles, and then boom. We line our horse up perpendicular with the group running right at us. We aim our crossbow at their head. We wait for them to get a little bit close, and then... Oh! That was a little risky. When groups of enemies swing their swords and do all that stuff, their head kind of moves. And you'll notice I'll miss every now and then because their head movement. They'd make great fighters. Oh, shoot. So they're really fast right now. Or I'm just a little rusty. Basically what we want to do is we want to line our horse up, wait for them to run at us, and then pow, shoot them in the face. If you wait for them to get pretty close, your projectile will not drop. It'll go pretty much straight towards the middle of the crosshair, which is nice. So we want to just pick these guys off one by one. We want to watch out for these trees. Boom. So once you have shot and hurt a lot of them, oftentimes they'll try to run, or they will rout. They will run away, and if there's still a pretty good group, some of these guys will get a little bit gutsy and try to turn around and fight you again, which is fine. But you got to be careful because you could be charging at one, riding them down, and then right at the last second they're going to whip around and swing at you, and the speed of your horse carrying you into their weapon will do a lot of damage. I've been one shot off of my horse before from a sea raider whipping around to hit me with an axe right in the head, and I'm like, what the heck? So, okay. So sturdy nomad boots, better than what we had. So thanks, sea raiders. Falchion, nah, we're not going to take any of this crap because we want to save our inventory space here. So, did I level? I did not. So I'm really close to leveling. You'll find that when... Oh, come on. Dang. Okay. Alright, so that was totally intentional because I want to show you this. If you don't like your starting position before you engage any enemies, hit tab. Are you sure you want to retreat? Yes. You're going to have to fight again. However, it will reset the landscape. And it will reset the landscape to three different maps. So here's the second map. I'm going to do it again. Here's the third one. After you do it the third time, when you do it a fourth time, it goes back to that first one. And I'll show you here. Where we start in the river. Yep. So you can do this to see which of these maps is the most advantageous for you. I always do that. If I try to fight on even ground as level as possible, because riding up around in the hills on a horse is really bad because your horse is slow. You become a pretty easy target for enemies with projectiles and stuff. So I don't got time for these looters. So what I'm going to try to do is show you, if you time your charge in between a projectile, you can swoop in and hit them before they hit you again. You got through my shield with a rock. Get out of here. See how I just nailed that guy for 78 damage? That's pretty dang good. Did a lot of extra damage because I'm on my horse. Is this guy running away? What's going on here? What are you guys doing? There's only 4 of you. Alright, so I'm gonna get this guy. Pow! Ah, level 2. Pow! Oh, I just received 52 damage. Okay. A looter did 52 damage to my horse. The horse has so little armor. Like, I absolutely hate that. And plus, the swords that we're going to be using have pretty low range, so we're going to rely pretty heavily on our crossbow at the beginning. But imagine, if that was a Sea Raider and he hit my horse, me charging at him, my horse would have been one shot. Sometimes when your horse gets killed in battle, it's dead for good. Not always, but sometimes that does happen, and that sucks. Alright, so let's move on. We're going to kind of make our way around. More looters, man. There's so many looters. I want Sea Raiders. Sea Raiders. And I'm also going to try to keep my inventory as sold off as possible. The more items you have in your inventory, the slower you will go. Right now I'm traveling at 8.7. There's nothing on the map that's going to catch me. 16 Sea Raiders, that's what I'm talking about. So 16 is kind of a bold move here, but I want to see if we can do it. Typically you want to stay around 15 and less for Sea Raiders. I am going to go for this group of 16 to see if I can demonstrate my elite skills. Alright, this guy, what's he doing? He's just patrolling? You not see me? Okay. So I'm going to try to lure him into this flat area because we want to fight on flat terrain. Alright, you still patrolling? How do you not see me, bro? Okay, now he sees me. So let's double check. Got the shield, sword, don't have really good armor. We do have better boots. So pretty much if we get hit in the head, we're done. We gotta be really careful. So let's see if we can take out this group of 16. They're gonna try to drink from my skull and all that crap. Alright, so until we get a better horse and better armor, we're not gonna do any of the charging and trying to take out any of their archers or anything like that. Instead, we're gonna play it safe for the first couple fights. Let's see how long this fight takes me. We're going to wait for them to show themselves, and we're going to try to go around this flat area, maybe up on a hill. If you're changing elevation while you're fighting archers, they have a harder time hitting you. So if you're like going uphill, they have a hard time hitting you. If you go downhill, it's the way that they're reading your movement, it can really throw them off. So okay, there's one archer, 2 archers. Oh, great, 2 archers. Nice. Okay, so having 2 archers is just fine. Sometimes you'll get really unlucky and get like 5, 6 archers, and that really sucks. And what's funny too is if you decide you're gonna retreat and try a different map. Wait, how many? Oh, 3 archers. I was wrong. If you're gonna retreat and try a different map, you'll notice that sometimes you have 3 archers here, but then if you engage them a second time, they'll have 1 archer or 5 archers. There's a random chance that they're going to spawn, these Sea Raiders are going to spawn with a bow and arrow or with throwing projectiles. So you'll notice what I'm doing is I'm keeping my distance, changing directions. Holy moly, javelins. Now that these other guys are getting a little bit closer, they're going to start using their projectiles on me. I'm just going to keep moving, wait for them to use all their arrows, all their javelins. Pray that they don't get a lucky shot on me or my horse, which does happen occasionally. It doesn't happen if you keep your distance, though. So I'm just going to ride around, see those guys, put a lot of distance. I'm getting a little close to this archer, but I just want him to be able to see me so he can keep shooting his ammo and they can all run out around the same time. But yeah, so I have not figured out if having your horse jump is a help or a hindrance yet to their targeting, but I don't know, sometimes I just jump because I have a lot of energy, Oh. And sometimes, I remember one time I was jumping around when I was running around on foot, and I took a javelin right to the middle of my shield. I just happened to have my shield up while I was jumping. Took a javelin. I was like, okay, well, I guess it didn't always work. But you'll notice I'm just gonna play it safe. That wasn't, no, sorry. Where are my archers at? This guy an archer? Yep, so he's out of arrows. That guy had javelins. He's out of javelins. This guy looks like he's out of arrows. So now we're just going to run around and wait till they expend all of the rest of their throwing ammunition, javelins and throwing axes. So sometimes it gets sneaky because they go to throw and a dude will move right in front of them, and they don't want to hit their buddies, right? You don't want to hit your friend in the back if you're throwing something. So you want to just kind of keep moving, try to get clear line of sight with some of these guys. I'm getting really close. Don't do what I do. I'm just being ballsy. You want to try to get as clear line of sight with as many of them as possible over a couple more resolutions around their group here. Make sure that they are all out of ammo. See that one guy? He's got throwing axe in his hand. He's like, I'm gonna throw it. Am I gonna throw it? This guy right here doesn't have any more, so I'm gonna get close to him. Okay, come on, keep throwing, dude. That one guy right there. I see him. He's got that throwing axe, and I'm not about to let my guard down and let him nail me in the face with the throwing axe, so I'm just gonna sit right here for a second. That guy's got a throwing axe too. Oh yeah. Alright. Come on, throw your stupid axe. There you go. 2. He's got another one. So they typically only have either 4 or 6 javelins / throwing axes, depending on how big of a bag they have, which is random. Come on now. I've been doing this for several minutes. Let's throw all of our stuff here. Alright. I think he's out. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to start our technique here. We're going to steer clear of this tree. Make sure everything around us is good. Whip out our crossbow, and you will notice as soon as we pull our crossbow out, all their shields come out. That slows them down. Same for you. If you have your shield out, it will slow you down. So I'm going to go first person. Pop! Right in the head. 29 damage. You would think, oh, well, why didn't it kill him? He's got a helmet on. Having helmets on really does help. So same guy. Can't take 2 though. 1 per eyeball. Alright, let's get this guy in the front. No helmet, 1 shot. Look at that. +3 proficiency from 1 shot. Real quick. Ah, crud. I missed. So you want to be as accurate and careful as possible. I mentioned in my other video that if you are shooting, wait till they get really close to you and hit them right in the eyes. Aim for the middle of their head. When they're that close, the projectile will go straight. It won't drop at all. And if you are aiming above their head, since you're so close, it will probably go over their head. It doesn't have a chance to drop. Alright. Just making my way around here. So this is basically what we're going to do for a while. Oh boy, sorry. For a while. And I clenched my butt there. I was like, hey! We're going to do this for a while until we get to a high level. But you'll notice, like, we level really quick. Each kill is 134 experience. So if we kill a couple hundred of these guys, we're going to have... I know that sounds like a lot, but it actually is not that long. Maybe like an hour or 2. Which I will probably come back after I've done this for a couple hours. Oh, dang it. What are you doing? Come on now. So we still have 11 guys to kill, and we have 18 bolts. So we're doing okay. Unless I jinx myself. I know if anyone has on a helmet, we can give them the old 1 shot, 1 kill sort of deal. Sometimes we get lucky, and we do enough damage to a guy with a helmet to do 1 shot. Okay, that guy's dead. We got 10 more guys left. I see you don't have on your helmet. You always wear a helmet. Always, see? That's what happens. If you don't wear a helmet, you're in trouble. Says the guy with no helmet. Alright, let's see. Who's this? Alright, got him. You want to try to get one, or get the group coming at you that has one guy that is clearly in front of all the others. Like, so this fella. Boom. Oh, there we go. 54 damage. So as I start hitting these guys and taking them out, you're going to notice that they're going to pretend to rout. Some of them are going to try to run, change their minds. Alright, let's see. How about you? Boom. Wow, nice. Got lucky. So all 4 of those guys, they're like, nah, we're out. But are they, though? Are they? Let's go check. If they feel us bearing down on them, they might turn around. So we gotta be really careful if they start to make any turns. Oh, interesting. So they're not turning around, so we can just kind of chop at them. Sometimes if you hit them, ooh, like that guy. Gotta be real careful. Alright, so that's less bolts we have to use. What? 0 damage. We want to try to kill these guys before they leave. Alright, there's another one. Okay, we're at the end of the map. Alright, is this guy still with us? Okay, he's still with us. So, 2 guys got away. We were fighting in the middle of the map, so my proficiencies are so low right now, and also I'm not the best at this game. So, ooh, we got 3 lucky headshots here with guys with helmets. So look at that, 14 killed, 2 routed. This is my favorite part. When you have no armor, you have nothing, and you kill a bunch of these dudes, you get instant upgrades. Oh, it's so great. And the stuff you don't use, you can sell or give it to a companion. Since we're not going to have any companions for a while, we're just going to... Here we go. Look at that. No helmet. Boom. Helmet. 39 head armor. If you hold control and click, it will take your... It'll automatically put the stuff you want to loot in your inventory. Nordic shield. It's better than what I had. Thick wooden shield. So here's the thing. Resistance of 1, 440 HP on this shield, size 100. Same thing, except just slightly less HP and a greater resistance. 3 times the resistance. I think we're going with this thick wooden shield, and then we'll replace it if we get a thick Nordic shield. So now we're going to loot all this stuff, man. Let's check out this sword we got. Chipped Nordic sword. Slightly better damage, slightly less reach. I think we're going to go for it. Boom, boom. Oh, alright, so we are out of inventory space. Cool. I mean, we could easily catch up to these guys. Do we want to kill them? Oh, look at that. Look at that. 1 fight, 3 levels. We're going to get our agility up. You know what? I think I'm going to fight these 2 guys, because if I kill them, I will get to level 5, which means I can get 4 riding, which is what we want. You think you can run away from me? So let's see. We're going to come up over... Actually, let's see if we can get flatter ground here. Yeah, okay. I want to see, before we engage, if these guys are archers or not. Because if they're archers, I don't want to fart with them, man. I just want to go back and retreat. So let's see. If they're archers, I'm not even going to... Or if both of them are archers, I'm going to be irritated. That one guy, he's just going for a jog. I see nothing on this guy. Okay, no quivers. Alright, great. They're not archers. Do you have any throwing? I don't even see them with a javelin bag, so we're just going to go quick here. Oh, whoa. Sorry, had a little stutter here. Pow. Okay. Sure you want to charge me, pal? You see what happened to your dude? Alright. You can die with your friend. Pow. Headshot. Easy stuff. So I didn't level, but at the end you get bonus XP. Oh, yes. See, look. Buying price 780. Oh. So I'm going to go through here, and I'm going to take these 2 things, get rid of those 2. Boom, boom. Maximize our inventory value. There we go. Got our extra experience. Now we can get our 4 agility. Heyo. 4 skill points, so we definitely want riding. And we want shield and weapon master up to 4 as well. So let's get shield all the way up, because weapon master right now we're going to be able to go up to 140, which is great. Look at all these points. Oh man, this will help us with chasing down our dudes here. Our crossbows are going to go up naturally, so we don't really need to. I could, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in 2-handed weapons for sieges later. So now we have 12 and 12. We're not going to touch these anymore. You might be like, well, what the heck? We honestly, once we get a strong enough army, our armies are going to run down enemies quicker than we can kill them. So having 12 strength and 12 agility is going to be totally fine for Iron Flesh 4, Power Strike 4. 55 HP, we're good. We will be okay with that. If you play safe, you don't be an idiot, you'll be okay. Now we're gonna leave Charisma here for a while, because we're not going to be gathering an army for a while. And we're just going to go straight intelligence up till we hit like intelligence probably 21. So we get intelligence 21, you get 7 into trainer, which is going to help us boost our army real fast. I really like having trainer. Oh gosh, I moved the mic so closely here. I really like having trainer. Trainer's a good skill to have on your main guy. We're going to go for trainer. We're going to go for persuasion, leadership and prisoner management, and probably pathfinding. Maybe we'll get some of this stuff, not really sure, but we're not going to worry about looting or horse archery or athletics really, none of this. And the other guys we're going to get are going to take care of the rest of that for us. So, alright, so I'm going to end the episode here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.